take this one pretty cleanly. But as we've been able to see all weekend is that we felt strongly about matchups across the board, and it's been proven that everyone can bleed.
Something we saw earlier, literally the first match of the day, is how Boomie approaches Scythe against the person he's fought against Scythe the most, Sandstorm. He was positioning himself with blasters repeatedly. He always stayed just enough out of distance. He had multiple times that he was connecting on long strings that we don't normally see. Earlier in one match we saw he got like 3 N6 in a row, just back to back to back, because he was just feeling that confident. So Macheeete is going to have a really hard time dealing with that. I think the best option that he has is hoping that Boomie stays on orb a lot more often, even though Boomie's orb has been looking good all day. Macheeete has the life lead at the moment.
Oh, nice there. Macheeete with the edge guard looking clean here, saying, you know what? I'm going to just play my own orb, forget the Scythe. I think he's pretty confident in his ability to win in the Ditto, and I don't think Boomie was quite expecting this. He has the blasters now. It's the first time in this game, slash also the set, where we've been able to see him play them, and we'll see if this is the answer that Boomie needs.
Yeah, Macheeete's looking amazing. This is kind of similar to what we were seeing before, where Hardy MJ was having a hard time with Simple in the sword sword mirror. Macheeete's just saying, like, look, stay off the orb, buddy. I got this, and it's still going.
Oh my gosh.
Even with the blasters, it's still going. That side air is still going. Macheeete out here steamrolling with a 3-stock to 1 lead.
Yeah, I mean, Macheeete is making Boomie.
My man literally he took down his mask. They had to drink a water, and Macheeete gave him like a second. Like, all right, look, come on. Come on. Oh, you're not going to. All right, I'm going to hit you at least one sideline.
Like, I got money on the line here, bro. Thousands of dollars, quite literally. I do not have time to sit here and watch you take a sip of your pure life, all right? Like, I drink good water back where I'm from, so we're going to go ahead and push this up. But Boomie finds that neutral sig. He's going to go take another swig of water. Oh, my man is thirsty. He's going to get hit again. Yeah, bro. You gotta do that in between games, man. What are you doing?
All right, if I remember correctly, wasn't it Macheeete that ended up losing around the godly off the bot? So maybe Boomie is just expecting that Macheeete might just lose the stock. So,
Sometimes a no mix-up.
Look, if I don't move at all, he must lose his own stock. All right, but right now, Macheeete looks like he's about to take this whole first game, but Boomie coming in with that dare and misses out on the follow-ups, and that's going to be another sider. Macheeete not caring at all. You can take all the breaks you want, my dude. I do not care. I am still going to dominate. That Scythe literally didn't matter. The orb was all he needed.
Yeah, I'm hoping at the end of that game, Boomie just like chug. You know what I mean? Like, chug some water. I don't want to see you reaching for that water bottle mid-set ever again, boy. Because to me, it's almost like you're content with losing. Oh, no way. Yeah? It's that time?
What did I say? What did I say? Did I not say this before the whole tournament? I said, if I see Diana come out one time, I am done. I am a Boomie believer. But here's the Diana again. But, hey, let's see if it happens. The Reno's been looking incredible. The problem is the Reno got cooked. So
yeah, it's true.
Sometimes you need to make some big changes. We're going to see Diana come back out. Blasters, Bow playing absolutely no fun for you. I want you over there. We're not going to interact. Social distance the minigame.
Oh, man, and so far it doesn't look like the Diana's the answer, but we'll see who has the first stock fall first. Boomie, I mean, this is a return of form, right? Like, there's so many people who are in the chat right now who are like, yo, Boomie's playing Diana again. Yo, everybody come tell your mom, tell your friends. This is crazy. But in the same vein, will this be the key to Boomie's victory here? He's looking for that final blow. You know he wants that D-Light or just a falling recovery, because a lot of the times you can use that if you figure out someone's movement or you bait them to spot dodge. You just come down low and then carry him up to the top.
Now, one of my favorite things as a caster is to be proven heavily wrong by the players, because in initial thought beforehand, Reno was the all the way. You still have to continue to prove yourself that you can beat out the orb. You are now forcing the Scythe. You got the first stock. He's going to get hit by the input command. Side air comes through. Can you keep that same success you had on first stock? It was still really close. It's not like it was super dominant, but it feels like the Bow was looking lively, at least in that first stock.
And one thing I will say that we were kind of talking about a little bit earlier as well is that, like, Boomie is a player who generally before a tournament, he says, this is the character I'm going to play, and then he picks that character and plays him throughout the entire tournament. It's rare that he swaps. So now that he's decided to make the decision saying, you know what, this is the character I'm going to swap to, I think, one, as a competitor, it's good for him to know that for himself. Like, if he ends up winning this game, I think it shows his decision-making skills are top tier.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get that many championships without that type of skill, right? Like, sometimes you just need to know it's time to change, and it's time to change to the orb, which has been what worked the entire time. Ooh, oh, wait, yeah, I was gonna say he got the wall bounce. He almost connected on that dare. That would have been huge. Side air is gonna send them back off stage, though. Here comes Macheeete. No dare, and decides to commit to the GC side air, excuse me, side light, and that was a free punish for Boomie.
Yeah, and I love the fact that, like, in these scenarios where we're watching Macheeete burn his dodge, Boomie's not going for ground pound, right? He's not committing to, like, yes, if it hits, it will KO, but he's like, if I get a down air, it may not KO, but at least I have positioning, and, like, I won't get punched as hard.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel confident. Whenever I see Boomie trying to go for big plays like that, that's when I feel good. But he did end up missing out. Macheeete gets it back to even.
Yeah, I think Boomie realized in that scenario that I think the best decision for him to make was to go under the stage and off to the other side. But he already burned a jump or two, and he's like, crap, I have to commit to this side now. Let me see if I can do a timing mix-up, and Macheeete did not fall for that. But despite that, the side sig comes out. I thought it might be the end sig. Either way, Boomie has the damage lead here, but Macheeete has the positioning. Look at how he's holding the side.
That is 2 times in a row. He got the high recovery with the side air, and now he's just staying grounded because he expected Boomie to approach from the ground. That recovery is going to send him upwards. Meanwhile, Boomie's going to catch him with the recovery, though, that time, and that's going to be the stock.
That's what we were talking about, man. If he switches Legends and comes out on top, shout-outs to decision-making, because how did he win that game? D-Light recovery with Bo. He doesn't have that option with Reno, right? So I think he definitely made the right call here, going back to this is the beginning, bro.
This is throwback, and good. Hey, it works for him. Let's see if it continues to work. We expect, like, Reno looked incredible, but let's be real. That Reno, the orb, that mirror match, no, it just did not happen. Nothing worked in that mirror match between Boomie and Macheeete to get something to work. Meanwhile, Macheeete feeling super comfortable still on that orb throughout that match, and just taking a look at the damage overall. Let's take a look. Load up here. So, we saw a much better play. You're talking about the bow overall. What do you think Macheete's approach is going to be this time to try and handle the bow? Because I think the orb is still the answer.
I agree. I think for Macheeete, it's like a little bit of, you know, adaptation, but also, like, there's a certain thing about Diana that, like, really makes her annoying to fight against. Her signatures all stay out very long, and she has the luxury on multiple weapons to get these strong reversals. Down sig on both weapons gives you the opportunity to grab someone and send them behind you, right? So you have to look out for that. And then on top of that, if Diana catches a dodge, she gains access to all these unjumpable combos that are basically true now because you don't have the dodge, right? So, like, at the end of that last game, we saw Boomie go for D-Light recovery, but if Boomie felt like it, and honestly, the probably more optimal option was to go for D-Light and Sig, because it would have been true that he caught the dodge. You know, stuff like that that makes Diana so annoying. The meatiness of her hitboxes, that side Sig on both stays out for so long, it catches behind, that it makes you start playing a little bit more afraid. And Macheeete cannot play more afraid. The way to actually counter someone playing Diana is to be more aggressive than they are, because then it makes them more scared to throw out their offensive options. But I don't know if Macheeete is going to be able to overwhelm Boomie in that way.
Yeah, I mean, that very first game, the reason why Macheeete even won was how aggressive he was by comparison to what Boomie had. None of the spacing was working at all. So, gonna immediately switch off the scythe. Smart idea. I think the orb is just a play right now. The scythe did have some quick strings, maybe off the platform trying to get something going here. Actually, he does. Nice. Never mind, this scythe looking good as he gets a whole 4-piece. It's still going.
And this is exactly what we're talking about. If there's anything Macheeete has done well, and normally it was with the bow, it's putting Boomie in the corner and refreshing that position. He hasn't really gotten a whole lot of KOs out of it, admittedly, but I'd say a good chunk of the damage he racks up is from this position.
Yeah, and it's looking good at the moment. Weapon toss coming in. He's going to get himself back in, but Boomie answering right back. Boomie trying to catch him at a disadvantage. That's a lot of resources burned. There it is, but he gets back down attacking out of disadvantage. Not really fearing much of what Boomie had positioned, even with the fact that he had the spacing with the blasters.
We're going to see if Boomie's going to be able to convert this here. He managed to make up for a lot of the damage that he had received earlier on from that scythe. But Macheeete finds a gravity cancel side light tear, burns the dodge here, but he can't go off stage against Boomie because bow recovery has so much priority that if he tries to edgeguard him unarmed, he's just going to straight up lose.
Exactly. You got to just hold safe position here, and he's going to take him with recovery off the top. Great job from Macheeete, but that is a very borrowed time lead. You got to make this work while you can, because Boomie has been playing very aggro. Like you said before, he's only one hit away from finding himself that, if he gets that D-Light recovery, that's it.
And there we go, sidelights there again. He's been beating Boomie on the ground quite a bit. And it's because he has that burst option as well. Like, Boomie has to spot dodge him and D-Light on these sidelights. That's the only punish he can really get. If he whiffs, you know, maybe a dash sidelight if he's quick enough. But it can be tough, right? If Macheeete's holding the ground here, Boomie's going to have a really tough time getting any openings. But he's still trying, and there we go. He misses the end light, losing on the ground again. And that's the Macheeete unarmed. Can Boomie pull it together?
Macheeete's spacing has been so good. Like, he was spacing just around multiple sides. Again, he just keeps spacing around all the side airs, and then as soon as he sees it, immediately pushes for whip. He is connecting on so many nairs and side airs, Flambeau. Because of the spacing, dares not connect on the side, waiting for him to jump up with the side air. He did it the last few times. Boomie actually stayed grounded that time.
Well, that had to be a misinput there. I wouldn't know why Boomie would go for the nair, but despite that, you know, still trying to get out of this corner, man. We've seen him stuck here for so long. Gets caught by the orb recovery. Macheeete is looking pretty poised here to go ahead and take this game 3. Has already amassed a fair amount of a lead. Hasn't taken a whole lot of damage. Already looking to get more. Going for reads confidently and not getting punished for it. Like, Boomie, what is your answer here? I wish he leaned into this bow a little bit more, because look what happens the moment he picks it up.
Yeah, he's got him coming down, but he missed out. He was waiting for the landing. Now Macheeete gets to get a free access to a fresh orb. Gonna try and catch him across it. There we go. Boomie gets himself a stock. Not too much damage taken on that previous stock.
Leaning to the bow.
Yeah, this is still extremely close.
Yeah, see, he has the option, right? You always get the option at the end of taking a stock. What weapon do you want to pick as you're going to start? And he picks the bow. I think he gets it now. He's like, yeah, I think I was sitting on the blasters a little bit too long. I was having too tough a time hitting this guy. Let me go over to the bow. He got his last KO with the bow. Look at this, right? Look at this. That's how you get your... That was 4 hits off of 1 interaction. You need more damage per engagement like that.
Yeah, that was 2 call-outs of dodges, so now if you keep... now
Macheeete's
gonna be scared. Oh, Macheeete has the sidelight side air. Macheeete looking for him. Probably gonna send a dare at the ledge. No, waiting for him to come back on. Side air is gonna be enough, and that's gonna be Boomie shaking his head rapidly. As soon as Macheeete got that, the EU Dream still holding on. But, it's only 2-1. Does Boomie recover? Because Boomie in this position, we've seen it before, especially recently, where this moment, even though it's been online, you can see the stress is kind of kicking in. He did drop that very close set earlier today to Sandstorm in the Game 5. He has been able to claw his way through all of lowers after losing to Luna earlier. Switching up now to Demon Island. What are you feeling about the stage here?
Nice, perfect 4-hit string. He caught the dodge of Macheeete right out the gate, and I feel great about this. Look at Boomie, bro. I'm so confident in his ability to strike here, because if there's anything that Bo does well, it's great at controlling the ground. That D-Light is a hard to react to burst option. The ground pound, so strong. And you know what? I think Boomie's like, screw the blasters, dude. I think that's the point he's at now. Look at this.
Bro, that was a whole 0 to death to start the game, and now he is continuing to do so. This game 4 Boomie looking reckless and strong, and Macheeete's gonna get reversal. That's a dare. You're not coming back from that side air again. Gonna catch him with
no, you gave him the touch!
Macheeete caught you!
Yeah, he just got too close. I don't think he realized that he had exhausted enough options from Macheeete there, and he almost got the... Wow, that... For Macheeete, that blows. that sucks, dude. Because he definitely like had the situation there where it was like, okay, you went for the down air into the stage, into the ground pound, right? We were talking about that a little bit earlier because we saw Sandstorm get that conversion where it can be true off of the stage bounce, but it was just like a little bit not lined up, and he got ground pounded for it, and now Boomie is almost certainly going to take this game here. He has such a huge lead amassed. If Macheeete is able to bring this back, he's a god.
Yeah, this is absolutely Boomie's game to lose. Like, even though he is very much in... He's at KO range right now with that 3rd stock, and another side air will take him out. He tries to get on it there.
Yeah,
he goes deep. He went real deep for that, but still, very, very unhealthy on that 3rd stock. It doesn't matter. You lost that one. Now can you somehow claw your way back to this? And this is one of the few times throughout the set I think that Scythe would be great to get first, but the orb is just still been so much stronger.
Yeah, we're looking, I mean, in terms of if you want that damage build-up, right, you have to stick with the orb. And look at this. Boom, you kind of threw away that first stock, and honestly, up against a character like Fate, I'm never giving you one for free. Because she has the ability, like, you know, perfect stocks don't happen often in Brawlhalla, but this is one of those characters that can really make it a reality. Oh, that's a free punish and no dodge, and that's game 4.
That was a heavy read right there. Going for it all, hoping to catch him, jumping up, maybe looking for a side air, and instead gets side aired for that attempt.
He's so thirsty.
He is really he is sponsored by Moist this week.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Moist. Get my boy some water, some esports water. The heck?
I was about Moist and he out here dry. Like, what you doing, bro? Like, all right, so we're going to get into game number 5. One of the best ways to find an answer, of course, is to add some platforms to the mix. Well, you have Scythe in there, too. I think this reveals the idea of Macheeete. He might be going for more chases with that Scythe.
Okay, so this is where they decided it all ends here. There's no more games in this set. This is the last one, and they decide that Miami Dome is going to be the setting of their final bout, and you know what? I'm with it. I think it's a pretty good pick for both characters here, and, you know, especially for Boomie, I mean, he's still leaning into that bow, right? Yeah. He hasn't gone to the blasters since. He went to the bow, never looked back.
Yeah, it's not like, he's not losing out while having access to the bow on here, too. You're going to be able to find way more hits, especially if you catch some straight-up recoveries on that, and the nairs. So Macheeete, however, is going to be chasing with nairs of his own, trying to keep him in the air. Boomie coming in through, trying to send him off to the side. There we get only a 2-piece, but back to even on the damage.
And even with that, like, Boomie, you know, he's doing a very good job of keeping Macheeete at bay, even if he's not even getting the KOs right now. And he just gave his dodge away right there. And that's why you saw Macheeete went for the immediate weapon throw, because if he lined it up, it would have been a true combo, right? But didn't quite hit. Finds the sidelights there on the platform as well. And this is why I think we went to Miami Dome. Orb on this stage can get setups that you don't really see on other stages. It gets like free platform cancel a lot of the time, because you can go for like sidelight, D-light, jump, nair, and then you are on the next platform, and then you can go for another follow-up without having to expend a gravity cancel. That's what Macheeete is looking for.
Glad you pointed it out, because I was sitting there thinking about the Scythe, and I forgot about the fact that you can cancel those nairs off that platform, and you can slide cancel off and catch people slipping quite a few times with those side airs too. So Macheeete is going to hold on to this lead only temporarily, though. The recovery comes through. Boomie literally shaking his head as he connects on it, but you saw like the emotion that came out of him on that first stock. And this is going, I think this is going last stock last hit. Like
I cannot believe that Boomie, he had the choice there, right? Be bow or blasters. He decided blasters, and I'm a little nervous for him, because I think bow was the answer, but so far maybe he's here to prove me wrong, because when you're feeling your blasters, you can really feel every single bullet as he racks up so much damage on Macheeete to go ahead and make up for the damage deficit. Macheeete blast his way in with the side light, and so far, I think you're right, Ajax. Last stock, last hit, I'm with you there.
I think there's no other way. The weapon toss is going to come through, but Macheeete going to go down there and try to catch him, but great recovery from Boomie. One of the things we always talk about is his ability to recover. Boomie trying to make sure he doesn't obviously pick up the weapon as quickly as possible. Here comes that bow, though. He's going to wait. Oh, excuse me, the blasters just misses out on the sider, and Macheeete still holding position without a weapon at the moment, sending him right back off.
Okay, one Sayer from Macheeete will KO Boomie, a ground pound will KO Boomie, throws away the weapon, wants the orb, wants to set up the sidelight Sayer, a little bit less committal of a KO setup, because, you know, woo, my boy is twinkle toes on the beat.
Cha-cha real smooth, man.
Oh,
They're going
God,
to the left now, y'all. Like, they were going back and forth. Yo, one hop this time. We're going to see the side air coming in from that sidelight. Boomie now facing the last stock first. While Boomie is answered back quite a few times, Macheeete has to play very smart on defense, understand that Boomie needs to find the openers and punish him for it as often as he can, rack up that damage, and he's already doing so.
Boomie is stressed. I don't know if I've ever seen him. Recovery, is it enough? It's not enough. Probably needed like 10 more damage for that to KO, so now he has to find another opportunity, and you know he doesn't want to get touched too much. Sidelight Terror, these guaranteed combos may spell the death of Boomie, and I don't know if he's going to be able to bring this one back. We were saying last stock, last hit. You have to gotta bring him the last stock first, and the reverse Ensig baller read.
You were talking about the signatures on Diana, and it finally came through at the very end. He held on to that read at the last minute. Now it's on the bow. He's committing to the bow. Macheeete out here on the site. He can catch a couple pieces. I think he's gonna toss away as quickly as he can to get onto the orb. He's snatching him up though. He's doing so much damage. Boomie going low that time, gonna avoid the pressure.
Oh, Boomie is so behind in this matchup right now. The Sayer, not quite enough. One more clean hit. Weapon throw is not going to connect. Macheete's unarmed. Plus for the D-Light recovery is not enough. But an Ensig or a sidelight Sayer will be the end. Boomie has to be clutch, and he's not clutch enough. Macheeete is able to go ahead and take the set 3-2, saying we will persevere in the bracket, and sends another one of NA's finest straight packing.
That was incredible play from Macheeete at the end. He did not get reckless. That is so crucial on the end of the game when you have a lead like that, to not go crazy, because Boomie will take advantage of it every time. He racked up the damage slow. Even after that end sync, people will start to panic, but the Scythe got him some damage on quite a few good calls. And then after the end, the very end of that side, like